think that's our next story. So rent prices in Dubai might finally see a decline. According to S&P Global, Dubai rents may remain steady for 18 months before potentially dropping due to increased supply. I know. An international ratings agency reports that Dubai's property market remains strong and unaffected by regional geopolitical conflicts. Additionally, the market expects about 182,000 new units to be delivered by 2026, which is much higher than the average of 40,000 units in previous years.
What's really interesting there is that they said Dubai has been unaffected by geopolitical conflicts because I think to date, it's felt like every 5 years, every 10 years, when something in the region concerns, people flee.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened this time. The property markets have stayed stable, which means prices are still up here. But as more units become available, they're saying this is when the demand may level out and lead to lower rents. So yesterday we had the Chief Marketing Officer from One Development talking about one of many new builds that are happening, but because there's so many, eventually that means it'll go easier in the pockets for me and you.
Exactly, because the supply is just going to really, really increase in contrast to the demand. So I feel like that's where we're going to see, obviously, the drop happening, which is music to all our ears, to be honest. As people who are like, I don't know, like moving every year or so. This is just perfect timing, to be honest.
It's interesting because the property markets in general are so cyclical that like every 10 years you would see a dip, but it just feels like Dubai is on an upward trajectory. The budget, which has just been announced, is proof of that. The population is rising, and you know there's the 2030 plan, there's the 2040 plan, and my summary of it was that the only way we would see a dip in property in the city is if there was a global economic downturn, because then you would lose the investment from the biggies, India, Russia, and the West. That would be the only reason that we would see a dip. But at the moment, that's not happening. So the only dip is going to come when we're overrun by property options.
Yeah, there's going to be more properties than people. Well, not accurately, but I mean, it's really good to see, to be honest, because ever since COVID, it seems like it was constantly going up prices wise, but according to the report, it's only been increasing since 2022. So it's only been in the last 2 years that we've seen such an increase. But since COVID, obviously everyone's like, the prices haven't been the same, like it's only been increasing, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, maybe we'll catch a break now.
It's so true. My memory stops pre-COVID. I'm like, I just remember the prices I was paying during COVID, and I refused to look back before then. Yeah. But we all moved. It was a shift of like COVID happened, and anyone who was here for the last 5-6 years, we moved to nicer places. Like I was living in Springs, living my best life, and then different locations. Like it was affordable, and then all of a sudden prices just went like whoop, and everyone did a shift. So people who were living on the Palm moved out to here. Yeah. And then it was like outsiders came in and took all of the places. Gone. Yeah. Outsiders. New people moving to the city. That's a better way to phrase it.
Yeah.